The sniper is a very stagnant role in BRM5, a more laid-back style that revolves around pointing and clicking. A seemingly effortless craft, especially when the XM2010 can extinguish enemies across the earth in just one shot. Speed is a non-factor, the sniper instead chooses to focus on positioning and aim. Calling the role unique is an understatement, but do remember that every sniper's journey begins with one gun, the M24.
The M24 may not have the ability to one-shot arm, but with the proper aim and practice, this sniper is a beginner's best friend.
The M24 lies as the beginner's best friend for sniping choices, mainly because of its cheap price, going at 3,600 in-game credits. This is an incredibly cheap price and only takes about 30 to 45 minutes to grind for. However, it does heavily rely that you hit a lot of your headshots and a lot of your torso shots, but when you do, it's an incredibly rewarding weapon. Extended barrel on the M24 is less than $1,000, and it is definitely worth the wait to get. Its DPS does go down slightly, but it still keeps it at minimum 2-shot kill, doing around 75 damage to the arm and legs, slightly below 175 torso damage, and slightly below 300 headshot damage. Just going over the gun's base stats with an extended barrel, you can see why this gun will be very good for beginners. Let's move on to the XM2010, the sniper that can kill almost anyone from across any distance. Just from the examples in the footage being displayed on your screen as of now, you can see that the XM2010 is incredibly powerful. The XM2010 is practically a better M24, having more ammo capacity, higher range, higher velocity, and a ton of damage. Even landing torso and arm shots on stronger AI is still incredibly effective.
In stark contrast to other guns, the XM2010 is BRM5's magic stick. Essentially, take an already potent round and launch it at anyone, and I mean anyone you can identify. The velocity of 300 Win Mag makes range but a distant concern, and it will retain that power all the way to the target. The result is the firearm equivalent of a delete key. If you feel the need to remove a shirt button from across the map, look no further.
The XM2010 is easily the most powerful gun in BRM5. Having the ability to one-tap quite literally every single type of AI in the game with a short barrel, it can also one-tap players to the arms, torso, and head, and has the option to use either 5 or 10 mag-fed rounds. This sniper is the best for damage and is a point-and-click adventure. When the sun sets on Ronigrad, you're sure to know that you rule the world.
At first glance, the Dragunov SVU does not seem like a good component in battle. It shoots only 400 rounds per minute with 100 recoil, but with an extended barrel it has over 3,200 range. Semi-tapping with a grip is incredibly effective with this gun, especially at longer ranges. Treating it like a DMR will be your best bet to maintain accuracy with this gun.
Alright, let's talk game balance. The M24 is really only good at PvP, mainly due to its bullet drop. Many other guns can outgun it, and one of them being the AUG 3. The AUG 3 can 4-shot at minimum without a long barrel, and has a very high RPM and almost no recoil. It's got great range and velocity, making it overpowered for close, mid, and long range. Statistically, the M24 is the worst sniper of the current snipers in BRM5.
The following are a few questions asked for me to feed _Sonic, someone who really enjoys sniping in BRM5.
So much, but add at least a whole game, a few games with it. I don't like it. That's the thing. It pretty much one-shots pretty much everything above the waist, pretty much. That's what I like about it. Because the way I play, I usually rush in. The speed with the mobility is not ideal, but if you can shoot people and you hit them, you should be fine. And dolphin dive, because if you don't dolphin dive at points that they're shooting at you, you're probably gonna die. I would also say you should probably use like a short barrel, because you don't want people to see your barrel. Because if they see your barrel first, they're gonna start pre-aiming and then pre-shooting at you. SVU, if you can compensate for the huge amount of recoil, you can use it really well. But unless they fix hit registration, it's not ideal, because I one time shot like someone 4 times in the head. The SVU does 150 damage to the head. That is a guaranteed one shot with full health. You shoot the person more than 4 times, they should be dead regardless.
So yeah, there you have it. Someone who seriously enjoys sniping, doesn't like the SVU, and doesn't really enjoy the M24. Now, I can see multiple reasons for this. The SVU is a huge problem when it comes to hit registration, however, it is still incredibly broken if you know how to semi-tap it, and in the right hands is one of the most deadly weapons in Blackhawk Rescue Mission 5.
The M24 has 300 headshot damage, 175 torso damage, 85 arm, and 85 leg, with 45 RPM, 118 DPS, 2200 velocity, 2500 range, 100 recoil, and points of mobility. It requires a playstyle to adapt to, having to constantly land headshots and torso shots. A very effective way to use this is the equip method. The equip method does exactly what it sounds like, where you equip and re-equip your M24 in between shots. You may need to do it quickly, but it will boost your fire rate by a decent amount. Reloading after every few shots also helps, because this gun isn't mag-fed.
The XM2010 does 300 headshot damage, 200 torso damage, 115 arm damage, and 85 leg damage. It has 35 RPM, 150 DPS, 3.2 velocity, 3.5 range, 70 recoil, and 0.7 mobility. With the short barrel, it can kill everything in the game that moves. Your best optic for this gun will be an ACOG, and boy is it a laser.
The SVU is 150 headshot damage, 95 torso damage, 75 arm damage, 80 leg damage, 400 RPM, 633 DPS, 2700 velocity, 3900 range, 100 recoil, and 0.85 mobility. This thing is literally an automatic M24, and with a grip has moderate recoil. The long barrel will increase your range to over 4,000 and velocity over 3,000, making it the best for long range, even better than the XM2010.
Another thing to note is that the SVU is balanced in with other snipers due to it having 100 recoil. Sure, it can 2-tap at 400 RPM, but that doesn't mean everybody knows how to control 100.
That concludes today's video. Make sure to subscribe to Alpha and everyone in the description. Have a great day.